Somebody call the doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there's Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are taking a look at Attack on Titan. This is Season 1, Episode 13, and it's been such a wild ride. Again, I'm going to try to say this every couple of episodes, but thank you guys so much for recommending this to us. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, can't wait.
I am just ready, willing, and able to see Eren finally take control of his Titan. That is it.
But are we going to get that? A lot of questions. In fact, more questions than answers recently. So,
well, they've been good about
than answers. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this. I can't believe we're at episode 13 already. Seems like just yesterday we started episode 1. That's how good this show is.
Let's go!
Have you ever Googled yourself and were shocked to see your personal information exposed on one of those public listing sites?
Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocalls, spammers, and others who want to learn about you, like where you live.
Private information shall remain private.
This is why I'm pumped to tell you about our new sponsor, Aura. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your information if you ask them, but they make it super hard to do. Let Aura handle it for you.
You can try Aura free for 2 weeks using our link, aura.com/badmedicine.
Aura also does so much more to protect you and your family from online threats you can't see.
It's really easy to set up so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything all at one affordable price.
Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind.
Once again, start your 2-week free trial by using our link and going to aura.com/badmedicine. The link is also in the pinned comment and description, so check it out.
Oh, picking right up from here.
Oh,
Well, he needs that
that's right.
Yep.
Nice.
The maneuver gear.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, that little patch, there wasn't too many, so should be able to do something. Oh, nice. Turned.
There you go. Get kitted up.
Oh, shh. Nikes. There you go. A little teamwork. I will say I'm really happy with the sound design because when they're running, you can hear things
Yeah.
clanging and banging a little bit.
Yeah, it really adds to it.
Gene!
Oh. I thought he was going to get him on the neck.
Whoa!
Oh, they're diving.
Yeah, I never saw him dive before, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, where the hell has Anne been during all this? They give her a pretty good story and then we haven't seen shit.
Is that going to be Eren?
Oh, he's got the
moving it.
boulder.
Yep.
Holy Jesus, he's got it.
There you go.
Looks like Atlas there.
God, are you guys feeling like really jacked up right now?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just me,
no,
but
no.
I'm charged.
Oh, yeah.
this is
the music and
intense.
everything is. Oh.
It's like clear the way, you know?
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
It's like in Independence Day when they had to clear the way for Russell Crane.
was gonna say you could. Couldn't you have done a sneak attack though and taken him out?
Yeah, and clipped him.
乗り立つなんて自殺行為だ。
Well,
馬も
maybe the
建物もないんじゃ戦えない。
Be out of gas.
No, it's fair.
私たちも
Hey, no green eye.
Yeah.
That's just a little one, anyways. Eren could punt that
Now
one
it's
out of
back
the
to
way.
green.
ぐちゃぐちゃに潰れそうだ。そんなところを歩いてたら
I'm glad we're getting the inner dialogue.
Yeah.
早く来いよこの野
Slow
郎
pokes.
こっちに来い
Oh no. Oh.
Oh shit, we are losing people.
Yeah, Jesus.
外の世界に行きたいと思ったの。炎の水でも氷の大地でもそのためなら命なんか惜しくない。どれだけ世界が恐ろしくても
Oh damn.
どれだけ世界が残酷でも
No!
戦えどっち
Oh!
Nice. Got the eye.
Take that, Titan.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was a sweet move.
Oh, right.
Whoa! Whoa!
There you go.
That slide around was badass.
That was Mikasa, right?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Bam!
Nice.
Doesn't he need another boulder though?
No, that was the
Oh,
one.
that was the one.
Yeah.
But it looked like the arch was. Either way, as long as it works.
Yeah. it looks
Okay,
all
that
good.
view makes it look better.
Yeah.
死んだ甲斐が
It's a big moment.
成功したようです。
170 years ago?
Regenerative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
残った巨人が来る。エレンを回収した後離脱します。体の一部が一体化しかけてる。
Look at that.
Whoa! Whoa!
Nice.
Whoa! Whoa!
ミカサ。自由も。
Wasn't that the dude that we just got introduced
Captain Levi, yeah.
to? Yeah.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
急遽駆けつけた調査兵団と巨人の侵入を阻んだ。
Oh, just lighten them
jeez.
up.
その間、壁上固定砲は火を吹き続けた。
It's just constantly barraging them.
わずかに残った巨人も追って掃討された。その際、
Oh, look at that.
Oh!
They capture some? Yeah.
A 4-meter class. Okay.
And a 7.
人類が初めて巨人の侵攻を阻止した快挙である。それに歓喜するには、
Yeah, even after victory, it doesn't seem like there's
Doesn't-
much need
yeah,
for
yeah.
celebration because of
Not
that
one
loss.
lost that many people.
おいマルこいつの最後見たやつだ。
岩で穴を塞いでからもう2日経っている。仲間の死を嘆く時間はまだないんだよ。
Boy, you gotta compartmentalize.
作業を続けよう。
何ですか
What the hell is that?
巨人が吐いた後だ。
Oh.
Where Titan threw up. Oh.
そんな。
That's right, because they don't even really need to eat. They just do it.
Yeah.
見分けつかねえぞ。
Damn, it's a nice feature, but still sick. Even animated. Anime.
ごめんなさい。
謝っても仕方ないぞ。
Reminds me of season 2, The Walking Dead, after Dale did the honors.
エルヴィン団長とリヴァイ兵長。
近ろうとだけ言っておこう。君のせいか、志願しなくにあるイエーガー医師の地下室。
父がそう言ってました。
都合のいい話だな。
He just told you he thought so.
君の意思を問うことだと思う。
医師ですか。
君の成果を調べるためには、
Oh, yeah, they have to.
我々の命運を左右するのは巨人だ。君の意志が鍵だ。
でやる。
Killed them all.
一匹残らず。
さっさと答えろ、クズ野郎。
Easy, Levi.
調査兵団に入ってとにかく巨人をぶっ殺したいです。
I think Levi's heart rate is 1/2.
こいつの責任は俺が持つ。こいつが裏切ったり暴れたりすれば。
Heart rate is beats per minute. That's you're thinking blood pressure.
Whatevs.
Same.
認めてやるよ。お前の調査兵団入団。
Yes.
I was wondering
That
when
was
that
the
was coming.
fastest 22 minutes.
That was amazing.
Well, when you consider,
Seriously.
the first intro, that one felt like it had a lot more recap.
It did.
than what we had
It
before.
really
That's why I
did.
asked. I'm like, did you accidentally click on?
But it's
on the other one?
well, it's interesting because look, it's still at its 24 minutes that it normally does.
Yep.
Either way, you still owe us 2 minutes, AOT.
I want it back.
Just saying.
Back.
Yeah, this episode was fantastic. I don't know what it was, if it was the way Eren was able to control the Titan ability that he has, or seeing everybody fight this time and knowing that at least a good portion of our crew is going to have a chance to survive and take out some Titans. But this episode this one hit different to me of all the other ones we've done so far in this first season, and this one just had me charged up, just ready to go. I mean, I was jacked this episode, and I don't know if it was, like I said, if it was a combination of the voice acting and the music, but I don't know what it was, but everything really came together for me in this episode, and this one was just fantastic. I loved it. Eren's apparently has the ability now to control it a little bit more, but we'll see how that plays out. He did need some help there, so we'll see. But man, this one I was ready to go take on the Titans myself. Tired of looking at their stupid faces with their big open mouths.
Dude, it was the music, it was acting, it was all that all rolled into one. Yeah, I had goosebumps, I had chills.
This one felt different though, didn't it?
Well, because we were seeing that Eren was coming back to me, and so we knew it was go time. So we were all charged up because we wanted to see him just take out some Titans. Now he didn't, but he got his job done that he needed to do, and then we got to actually see again how badass Levi is at taking out Titans. Just two right, boop boop, done.
Yeah, nothing to it.
So it was fun to see. Fun. It was a great episode just because you saw how much Eren meant to them, where they had to protect him, how they kept on changing their strategies mid sequence, mid fight, so that way they could protect him, take out the Titans, make sure they get the boulder there. Oh, it was just an amazing. But then you had the harsh reality, which was they couldn't even celebrate because of all the casualties and all the wounded, and so it was a small victory, but still they finally beat the Titans once.
First time.
But they still had a lot of wounded and casualties. So hopefully the more and more they can control Eren, the more and more they can take out the Titans with less and fewer casualties and wounded.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the strategy is going to be with Eren turning into a Titan, whether as we dive further into the story, he gets progressively more able to control it. Like he goes in and hey guys, it's me.
Yeah.
Or is there going to be this time period where every time he turns into a Titan, it takes him a little while to gather his bearings. And if that is the case, then it's okay, we got a battle in an hour, so do your thing now. Kind of get almost okay, it's time to get warmed up, because this one felt like they did it and right away, it had to be go time. But I mean, it would be a pretty cool story if as he gets further into it, he gets more in tune with the understanding that he's in part of the Titan. But it seems like when he goes through that transformation, there's this, where am I? He has to revisit those memories in order to come to the realization that, who he is and what he's capable of. But yeah, this one, you guys are right. This one definitely hit different. The music, the clear a path, he's carrying the boulder. And we've seen movies like that before. I don't know if it'll make the cut, but I joked about Independence Day, of course. They're flying in to take down the big space. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen it.
Make sure.
They're flying in to take down the big spaceship. Does anybody have any missiles left? Russell Crowe, sir. But they had to clear the path for him so he could get up to get done what he had to get done. And we've seen other movies like that too, where it's somebody needs to get the job done, and they needs all the reinforcements to help him get there to do their task. But the music, Captain Levi, the way he flew in, took out those last two, the way that our forces are slicing and dicing some of these Titans is getting intense. Mason Quinn had mentioned that spin around, come up, and slide off,
Mikasa came
and then
through
coming up.
It was awesome.
I'm curious, however, as to why they're not going after the eyes more. It seems to be very effective. We've seen now
multiple times, of course, that epic, gunfire scene where they all were in the circle. And now we saw another one. I get that you're putting yourself very close to their mouths. But and also the thing that I thought that was really interesting was the big throw up pile. Because I forgot that they don't eat for sustenance or nourishment. They just eat because they do it. They're not digesting the bodies necessarily. So that was pretty gross. And then, of course, more, just because the Titans are done, you got a lot of people, still, dead in the streets, which can create its own litany of problems. So, which is good attention to detail.
Right.
And Diamond Dave had said it, it doesn't really feel like cause for celebration when you've lost that many people, but this was a massive step forward as far as their battle, against the Titans.
Yeah, the number of casualties took me by surprise. The casualties and wounded, because I wasn't ready for that, because it looked like our crew was doing relatively well.
Figure a dozen or so.
Yeah.
It's 200 and almost 1,000 wounded. It's a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of for that throw up bit. It was great to see, right? Because I honestly wouldn't have thought about that in the writing. So kudos to whomever did that in the writing. I know there's one person who wrote the Magna. I hope I said that right. But it looks like here that there's a couple of writers for these episodes. So whoever thought of that, whether it was the original composer or writer or the people that took part in the show, kudos to you, because that, I think, is a neat little detail, as gross as it is, a neat little detail to add that, yep, these Titans do spit up, spit up humans. So, is again, pretty cool. This episode, I seriously did not feel like 22 minutes went by. Went by so quick. Like you guys, it was fun to get all kind of like, yeah, let's go, kind of thing. With our crew, I wasn't expecting, as like you guys said, 200 plus to be loss of life. Another 800 some wounded. It's something to celebrate, right? But I don't know if it needs to go out and be like an actual celebration,
Right?
Because now you finally got one win. Now you can figure out, all right, obviously they're going to come back again, or there's going to be some kind of case where they run into all of them at some point or another. So now they got a little bit of a battle plan because of Eren's capabilities. We still need to get to the basement. I assume we're going to get there. I know they mentioned the key in the basement here.
Yep.
But I'm really, really wanting to see what's in that basement. So hopefully now, from this point, we start that journey to finally get there. Levi's an interesting character, strong personality, it looks like, even though he comes off cool, cocky, and calm and collected, which is great because I feel like that needs to be in here because I feel like they got a lot of different personalities, which is cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm ready for the next one. And my theory on the green eyes, obviously that was killed here because I was like, it's something with the green eyes, but they showed him with green eyes carrying the boulder.
Yeah, it kind of went both ways.
Went both ways.
Yeah, it was cool to see. So now I'm hoping that Eren from here on out also starts having the capability so they don't have to do the pregame warm up.
Stick the sword in there. And
yeah,
wake him
so
up
I'm hoping he gets more.
Well, and then I'm wondering with the whole when he's done, because Armin could barely pull him out, and he said he was hot to the touch that it barely could touch him, and then did he have to slice him out?
I think so. Yeah,
so that's what I'm wondering is like if he stays in longer, does he become more and more melded or like mended to that body? That all of a sudden because maybe those two Titans that are similar to him, the Colossal and the Armored, maybe they were the same as him, and then just stayed in too long, and then they became Titans overall. That's a theory.
And the other thing too, talking about getting to the basement, it's not like our crew can just sneak to the basement and get there. They showed they have to retake that whole wall of the city, so we're up for definitely some more battles going forward.
Yeah. So now, remind me again. They're still there, aren't they? Inside that wall?
Yeah, because
they never came
next
back
barrier.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Okay. Yep. Now I'm there, folks.
So
hopefully it's just a bunch of 4 and 7 meter class ones. They can just go and send Levi and Mikasa.
Let's hope so, because if it, I mean, I'm hoping they're starting. They haven't really shown us yet here, but I'm hoping they're collecting data on Eren as we go to be like, all right, I think Armin is for the most part, and probably Mikasa, where I feel like at least they're logging it in their brain a little bit of like, hey, this worked last time, this didn't work last time. You know, and especially for his health on some of that. So I'm hoping they're kind of getting some data captures there.
Yeah, I mean,
And remember, they captured a couple too. So
Yep.
maybe they're
and they can figure
somehow
out
they
something
have
about them.
some scientific ways in their this day and age that it's taking place to figure some stuff out. Too.
Yeah, because Armin's like a human computer, so
Yeah.
you know, they ain't missing nothing.
All right. Oh, this was a great episode.
On to 14.
We're on to the next one. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
人間の味方した巨人がいるって。
ただの噂に決まってる。
そんなことになったらたちまち食料
The top hat.
攻め込んできたりするんじゃないだろうな。
ウォールマリアだって取り戻せるかもしれねえ。
Good to see the news got out.
Yep.
Give some the people some hope.
中央への反乱に。
我々憲兵団が処分する。
What?
Whoa.
Well, they don't want them messing things up.
セレク
Wow, that's a twist.
I already don't like that guy.
外角に蹴れ。
熱いな。駐屯兵団司令官のあなたが一調査兵団長の私と個別に会うの。
噂通りの堅物らしい。朝の散歩中偶然出会っただけじゃ。憲兵団もエレン・イエーガーを引き取りたいと言い出したのは
昨日通達がありました。
どちらにエレンを引き渡すか決定権はザックレイに委ねられた。迷わずエレンを処分させる勝算はあるのか。
ありません。提案の用意はあります。
出たとこ勝負じゃな。
I love that. We just happened to bump into each other during a morning walk.
エレンをどうするかってことだと思う。生かすか殺す。
Oh shit, it's like just hitting her.
アルミン・アルレルト。
午後からの審議に証人として出。
Oh, wow.
Doing the inquiry.
水をください。おい、立場をわきまえろ。
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna start calling you red shirt number 1.
He only saved the day.
ここまで拘束するほど怖いのか。まあ無理もないけど。
Let's bite your hand, you'll be good to go.
一生このままなんじゃ。
Surprised you didn't jump.
君がエレンだね。大丈夫？変わりない？
All right, he's getting out.
これをつけなきゃだけど。
I don't
What does
see
it matter?
what. Yeah, what are those gonna do if he decides to turn into a Titan?
Oh, so he's gonna turn into a Titan, but I'll keep him here.
彼は同じく分隊長のミケ・ザカリア
What is
ス。
this clown doing?
What is Sniffy doing?
分隊長を務めるほどの実力者だ。ごめん、無駄話し。むしろ説明なんてない方がいいんだから。健闘を祈る。
Hey, thanks for saving us, but now you're on.
Oh, man.
そこにひざまずけ。
Oh, Jesus.
Again, what does it matter?
これは一体何を裁く場なんだ。
Well, the good news here is now he can't bite himself like he did before.
Yeah, he bites his shoulder.
Lick his stitches.
Yeah, bite his stitches.
君は公のために命を捧げると誓った兵士である。
はい。
君の生死も
やっぱり
異論はあるかね。
ありません。
君の動向をどちらの兵団に委ねるかだ。憲兵団か調査兵団か。
憲兵団師団長、提案させていただきます。速やかに処分すべきだと。
Oh,
波紋を呼んでもいる。できる限りの情報を残してもらった後に。
wow.
They're that afraid of people rising up for some other reason.
奴は神の英知である壁を欺き信じ。
あれはウォール教の偉くなったもんだな。
調査兵団の案を伺おう。
エルヴィン・スミスより提案させていただきます。
Oh, here we go. This makes sense now.
エレンを正式な団員として迎え入れ、ウォールマリアを奪還します。以上です。
Can't give me a little more rub than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
どこから出発するつもりだ。
東のカラネスクからの出発を希望します。
Oh, this is pretty cool.
接近します。
ちょっと待ってくれ。これ以上攻められることはない。
紹介の犬どもめ。
お前らの英雄ごっこに付き合ってられないんだよ。
よく喋るな豚野郎。てめえらが超えるために守ってる友達の話だろ。
扉さえ封鎖されれば助かると話しているだけだ。どうしたのか。手を加えるというのか。
彼らのせいで時間がかかったんだ。
Doesn't even have a gavel?
トロストク防衛戦の報告書にはミカサ・アッカーマンめがけて拳を振り抜いたと。
Oh no.
俺がミカサを殺そうとした。
それ以前に私は2度巨人化したエレンに
Thank you. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
let's
bring that up.
talk a little bit more than just.
考慮していただきたいと思います。
かなり個人的感情が
Oh, come on.
ミカサ・アッカーマンは強盗誘拐犯である3人の男を視察している。
How do you get that info?
託すべきなのかどうか。
人間かどうか疑わしいぞ。
Oh, Jesus.
俺は化け物かもしれませんが、こいつは関係ありません。違います。自分たちに都合のいい憶測ばかりで
Yes.
Yes.
巨人を見たこともないくせに何がそんなに怖いんですか。腰抜けどもめ。
Yeah.
Nice.
全部俺に投資しろ。
I thought he was gonna turn for a second there.
I thought so too.
Weapons. Oh, really?
Is that Levi?
Oh, he's trying to get him to turn.
Yeah. No, he's getting him to show that Levi can control him. And that he won't turn, no matter how bad he beats him.
言葉による教育ではなく教訓だ。
Oh!
The fuck, Levi?
The judge is just letting this happen?
知恵がある分厄介かもしれん。だとしても俺の敵じゃないがな。
不確定な要素を多分に含んでおり、エレンの管理をリヴァイ兵士長に任せ。
Practice. That's what we were talking about last time.
できるのか。
殺すことに関しては間違いなく。
結論は出た。
君に敬意を。
よろしくお願いします。俺を憎んでいるか。いえ。
歯が折れちゃったんだよ。ちょっと口の中見せてみてよ。
Oh, it's gonna have grown back.
もう歯が生え
Ah! Oh, come on! That was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, the F if that was 22.
Want my minutes?
Yeah, they did this all different now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm telling Levi to his face that a fucking receipt's coming because you're getting your ass beat after that.
Receipt. Gonna get his receipt.
That's a wrestling industry.
A receipt
term.
is coming after that.
You're gonna
Free
get
ass whooping.
You're gonna get potatoed so bad.
Just let them. Look,
I think some people are already getting the hint of what I'm saying.
But when we use lingo like that, and you guys use it, look, they're here for it.
Well, so, receipt in the wrestling world. Reminder: we have done the wrestling world, so we're not trying to act cool and just use terms. But no, a receipt just means, all right, you got me, now I'm going to get you, essentially. So what you did, it's going to come back around. So definitely, if I'm
Don't know when or where either.
Aaron, Levi, it's coming. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 punches, fine. But the head stomp and the tooth loss.
Hit him with the V trigger in there too.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting one coming back. After we win everything, I'm coming after you.
Yeah. Well, that worked in twofold. Not only did it show that Levi could control him to a certain extent, it showed that Eren wasn't just going to turn into a Titan anytime he got mad or wounded or beat up or whatever. So it not the best way to do it, but they had to lay all their cards out on the table and go for broke with it. So Levi...
And I do want to say, I understand that, because I know some people are going to be like, well, Dave, they just showed you what. I understand completely.
But I agree with Dave when he was like stomping and grinding his head into the concrete. And it's like, okay, I think we got it. But maybe it was the over-the-top level of violence that had to grab everybody's attention in that room. Because otherwise, who knows if some of the people have been like, whatever.
Which they did show people squirmish.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, the point was definitely shown. But again, just a little far there, Levi.
Because to me, it's like we're living vicariously through Eren, and we love him so much that we see this happen, and we want vengeance.
Right. But it was, and again, it was interesting to see that at the end, the tooth had already grown back, because before we thought Eren had to be in the Titan, so to speak, to regenerate, but now he can just do it seemingly his body does it all by himself. So I'm wondering at what level that's going to maybe escalate a little bit to the point where, he gets a cut and then it just grows right back like some Wolverine type stuff. So that's going to be really interesting going forward. But I mean, look, you can see why the people in control of the city would kind of fear Eren, because the people are going to start to see him like they were saying as a savior, or I forget what the exact term they used, but a savior of sorts of humanity. And if there's anything that people in power don't like, it's competition. So that's how they kind of looked at it. Like, yes, he could be this potentially great weapon, but if he causes a revolution, that's no good for us either. And given the shortage of supplies, food, water, everything else, they certainly can't afford it. So, awesome episode. Definitely, didn't have the action of the other one, but I didn't expect it to. I expected this level of follow-up and kind of revisiting everything to see where we're going to go from here. So another great episode.
The storytelling, you didn't even need action in this one. The little bit we had with Lee, Leffy taking a little liberties.
It's work, brother. Lighten up.
Oh, do you have a bad morning or something? Well, then that's why too. He said, "Did it hurt?" He's like, "A little." So maybe that's like his tolerance too. So maybe I'm thinking maybe he thought he could get away with it. That way it wouldn't hurt Eren too much. But also, I love the fact that he had the inner dialogue and then said, "No, say everything on your mind." And so he told them exactly what they're thinking. He's like, "You haven't even seen a Titan. You don't even know what they're like. What are you afraid of? You think they're gonna do anything?" Oh, that was just great and spot on. And so like the whole courtroom scene was amazing. But I was waiting for Mikasa to come over and whoop some ass. But they're like, Armin's like, hold her back, hold her back.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get a little back and forth with them later on, because I think that'd be an excellent matchup, really. But yeah, the whole thing was showing I can control him. We realize that it's all, I think he has, I want to say he's almost got all total control of it. If he wasn't going to go there at that spot, then it's him having control over it, because with last time we saw it, he dove in, and then that's when he just ping and then turned into Titan, but then attacked someone else, which he shouldn't have, but then he needed to get that refresher. So he's still figuring that part out. So, and then it turns out he didn't even remember doing that, which it looked like it broke him inside, so maybe that helped with him not turning at that point too, because he didn't want to maybe trigger something that he wouldn't remember. But then I love that the tooth grew back, and then boom, to be continued. Perfect ender for it.
Well, and if he is regenerating, maybe the time to get back up to speed after being a Titan won't be as long either.
Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting things that this episode brought up. Of course, regenerative powers opens just a litany of questions as to whether he has the exact same powers as a Titan as far as regenerating. He looked like he got beat up pretty bad, and then when they showed him later, when they're doing that, it looked like a couple of scratches on the tooth came back. Barely an inconvenience. So that brings up a lot of questions. It also brings up the question, would they even be able to dissect him? I mean, would he, would he start regenerating? How fast does that happen? Because we've seen with the Titans, they can't even take them out with cannons because they regenerate. So it seems like a process that happens relatively quickly. I get why Captain Levi did what he did. I think he was trying to it reminded me of like the Incredible Hulk thing, right? Like the Hulk, later on had some control over it. He could just go. But we saw, in a lot of adaptations of that character, if he got hurt bad enough, it happened automatically. And that's kind of what I kept thinking is he, and I think that was kind of clear. He's trying to show that Eren has control over it. And he went really far to show he has control over it. And so I think that, that was kind of, the point of that. As far as the people being scared of, his power and stuff like that, I got to go back to, kind of another Marvel thing with the X-Men. We saw, a handful of those movies that were done really well talk about, the politicians and their fear of, the powers that, the boys, the mutants had, the boys. I mean, there's a handful of, depictions of, people with supernatural powers or superpowers or things like that, and the different ways that government fears them and the potential power that they have for bad. Of course, you'd like to think, hey, they're going to use it all for good. They're going to help us. but that's not always the case. Now I'm wondering, you have to imagine that that they're going to keep it quiet from the military police that he can regenerate, because if he grows, my question is he going to grow more powerful every time he turns into a Titan?
Yeah.
Is it going to happen faster? Is he going to be cognizant of the fact that he's a Titan faster? How is each time he turns into a Titan going to impact him walking around as a human? We already know he can regenerate to a certain standpoint, and I think they showed his tooth, but I didn't like. I wasn't sure if I was just seeing things, but I'm glad you kind of brought it up, because when they showed him, they were dabbing his face. I'm like, wow, that doesn't seem like a lot.
He ground his face into the concrete.
beating he just
No
took.
bruises?
That seems, and he's like, oh, it only hurts a little. So I was like, wait a minute. So yes, they used the tooth to show like regeneration of actual body parts, but it seemed like he was healing up pretty fast,
Pretty rapidly.
So I feel like they're gonna probably keep that under wraps. The military police. Oh, by the way, you probably can't do anything at this point anyhow, because he regenerates and that. I really loved, at the end of the last episode, we talked about as to whether every time he went to become a Titan, whether there was going to be this 45-minute, hour-long, 2-hour buffer zone where they needed to give him space so he could kind of realize who he was, or whether every time it was going to be whatever. And now they're going to kind of put that to the test.
Yeah.
So you go into a court situation like this, and you're wondering, obviously for the advancement of the story, I didn't think they were going to get rid of him, but you're wondering, how fair is the judge going to be, and
Right now he's fair.
But what they were saying is, hey, look, it was a great idea. We'll take him out on a test run. You put him with the guy who you trust can take him out if he needs to. Now, of course, would he take Eren out even if he didn't, because he wants power, but plot armor, what I mean? So, but in any regard, this was a very well done episode. And I think the thing that I'm most impressed with about this episode is how many times have TV shows that are, or series, whatever you want to call it, streaming series, that are generally very high action. How often do we see them take a break and it's like just a story show or a plot development? If the guy's writing The Walking Dead,
Fear the Walking,
excuse me.
Don't
These guys are about to put me through the Eren treatment. Captain Levi, I don't grow my teeth back, fellas, so just relax.
I know what that does.
But we see these, filler episodes, and this was a slower episode as far as action is concerned, but it was every bit as exciting. As Answer had brought up, the storytelling was amazing in this episode. So to have an episode,
was filler?
no, I'm saying it wasn't filler.
Gotcha. I thought I heard you say
No,
filler.
I'm saying like a lot. I'm saying a lot of TV shows do filler episodes where you have action, and then you get a filler, and you feel like this was a filler episode.
We went on a side
we got an episode where there wasn't action, there wasn't tightenings happen. It was just story development, but it didn't feel like a filler episode at all.
There was so much drama in that courtroom.
It was incredible, and they did it right. And it's like, hey, writers of other shows, you can have non-action sequence shows and still have incredible storytelling, as the Answer said. This, for me, was, I think, every bit as good as the other high-intensity action episodes because of the writing and because of the drama they presented.
And Eren's speech.
I am so impressed with this because, I just wasn't sure what we were getting coming into this. And the writing of this show is incredible. It starts clicking, right? Like, okay, this is why people wanted us to watch it. Yeah. It wasn't just, oh, hey, you guys should watch anime because it's something a little bit different than what you're used to doing. It's not about that. It's about this being an incredible story.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. 14 episodes in. I got to say, the way they were treating Eren, not Levi, but just like, oh, so we got to put him in a jail cell after saving everyone. Well, saving what's left.
Yep.
Now we're going to put him through court to potentially eliminate him. I can't be the only one thinking like, well, how do we go from saving to, I think we got to terminate his life. Yeah. Raise your hand if you were one of those two. I see one of you. So it was just interesting to see that it was like instant almost, because we went through what we went through in those all those episodes, which were just laced with action, it was kind of a jolt for me in a good way of like, all right, we felt like we were in the battle with the team from those episodes. And then we go straight to, all right, jail cell, courtroom, no fight, no nothing. It was almost like, I feel like we should be in some action. Not like saying the episode needed to be action, but as like, feeling like I'm there with the characters. Like, man, I feel like we got to be fighting off something a little bit here. This is just actually almost a waste of time just being here in the courtroom, don't you think?
You know what's out there?
Exactly. But no, overall, the story that was told in this one was fantastic. I love the courtroom drama, especially when, like, how did they get that background info on Eren and Mikasa? Like,
who knew?
I figured that was just something between the dad and those two.
Yeah, I mean, they've been there for a good number of years, so at some point, maybe the story got out, if that's what we're supposed to think, but...
Yeah, otherwise, again, I can't wait for this was like the kickoff journey to the basement. So Levi, Eren, and Levi's team there, I can't remember all the names yet, but Levi's team there seems pretty interesting, especially the lady that had the tooth and everything.
Examining them.
Yeah, so
I think she's like more of the scientist. I would think.
Yeah, more of a brainiac.
Yep.
Which
the
was
glasses
pretty cool.
are a big giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool.
Can I look in your mouth?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then of course the regeneration, I feel like is happening more at a rapid rate, and I feel like as time goes on, we're going to be learning with them, obviously, because they're going to tell us the answers.
Yeah.
That of like, hey, I was kind of saying in the last review, getting data on Eren and as a Titan. Now I feel like we're going to start getting that data kind of as the audience and being like, all right, so not only did he just take an ass whooping, but basically healed up in 10 minutes afterwards.
It only hurt a little.
And it only hurt a little. So like moving forward now, like I'm really interested. Can anyone really take out Eren at this point now?
And I kind of like how the courtroom, there was no like lawyer or anything like that. They made it their own, right?
Yeah.
There was just proposals from each one.
side.
He's sitting.
That was really
He's sitting way up here, and then we have Eren chained to the floor. And like, I mean, I was like semi worried he might change, just because it'd be like that could be another wrench he could throw into the whole story thing. Like, well, now we definitely can't trust him, and then he does something good again, like that whole back and forth. But no, I liked how he did this, and then it took the beating to play my cards right, was what he said.
Yeah, and
to get it to work.
They played that pretty good when Eren got pretty revved up there. You heard the metal kind of clank against the beam or whatever.
Saw
they
the
had him in
dust
there.
come off like
yes,
that.
you almost kind of wondered if that was maybe a moment, but yeah, I think things are looking up, man.
This is
Great,
awesome.
great episode.
God, this is so much fun. We're so glad we're doing this. Thank you once again.
Yeah,
I know
thank
said it
you.
last time.
Thank you.
Thank you. And don't go too harsh on us for name mispronunciations and not remembering some of the names. It happens. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Ock, and Mason Quinn, it's Appleton Oak. And I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.